Hello everyone, this is Curtis with Weed Whacker Lawn Care. Hey, it's time for me to share some of my lawn care stories with you. Some of the adventures that I have went on out in my journey of doing lawn care work. Oh guys, let me tell you, it's been a long journey. I mean, it's been wild. It's been some crazy stuff have happened since I just been out there doing lawns after lawns and dealing with customers and trying to just satisfy customers to keep them happy. But let me start off with one story here. It was heck, I don't know what year it was, but it was just some time back. It's so many of them, y'all. I done went on, but here's one. Customer calls me up and says, "Hey Curtis, I want to get my yard taken care of. I want to get it mowed front and back, edge trimmed and blown and everything. Also, I want to get I got a rose bush in the front by the fence. I want you to dig it up and move it to the backyard, and I want to put it in the corner by the fence." I'm like, "Yes ma'am, okay, I can do that." Okay, so I go clean up the yard, get everything all done, dig up the rose bush, I carry it to the back. All right. I said, "Where would you like to put it?" Put it right there. Dig a hole right there, put it right there." I'm thinking, okay, I can do this. I'll dig the hole and I'll put it right there. No, you need to dig another hole. I'll put it over there. I'm like, okay, no, move it back over here. Dig another hole, put it right there. Okay, I can do that. No, dig another hole, put it further back. Okay, I can do that. No, you know what? Dig another hole right where you started with the first hole. With a little bit from right there, dig a hole, put it right there. Okay. So I dig a hole, I put it there, put the dirt in there, cover it back up and everything, pat it down in the ground. I'm like, okay, great, this is great. All right, I'm thinking everything is great. I done completed the job. So now I'll leave to go on my journey to do my other lawn care jobs. So I'm out, I'm working, I'm mowing and everything, my phone ring. "Hello, thanks for calling Weed Whacker Lawn Care. How can I help you?" "Hey Curtis, this is so-and-so. Hey, you know that rose bush, when you planted it, I was out watering it and it fell over. Can you come back and stand it up?" Yes ma'am, I can. I'm across town right now, but as soon as I finish this up and I'm headed back that way, I'll come back over there and stand it up for you. I'm like, okay. All right. So I finish up this yard and I go and go back over there. I'm way out. I'm 30-something miles out. So now I'm coming back in. I get back in. I go back and customer says, "Yeah, it just fell over. I was putting the water to it and putting some water on there and it fell over." I'm like, okay. So I go back to the backyard, take the shovel, pack, dig, put some more dirt around it and everything. "Curtis, you know what? Since that hole didn't hold up, can you dig another hole and put it in that hole? A hole from that hole and put a hole there." I'm like, okay. This is where I'm catching a headache. This is where I'm losing my hair. I mean, it just comes a time, it's just, what's going on? You're like, what's going on? What is going on? I don't know, There's the stuff I go through and I have to laugh about it because I'm out here working, trying to help these customers, and I was like, whoa, I don't know. You know, I'm like, can I dig another hole? Okay. All right. Now I done dug, I lost count on I dug so many holes, but I had to dig another hole, put the rose bush in there. I was like, man, I don't know. To this day, I don't even like looking at rose bushes anymore because I'm tired of digging holes. But, oh man, that was one, y'all. Now, here's one, y'all. Just this year, take on a new customer. I'm like, okay, seems like it's gonna be all right. Customer calls, want to set up servers for every other week. I'm like, okay, all right, I can do that. So customers made it specific. They want it done every other Friday. They want it. I said, well, I really like if you could work it in, make it. I'm like, okay. So every other Friday, I was going to do this lawn. So, it hasn't, well, I haven't gotten a lot of rain this year. So anyway, I'm cutting the yard. Customer says, hey, can you, don't cut it real low. I said, well, ma'am, I didn't cut it low. I had the mower on a 4. So, yeah, because last time you cut it, it was like, it got these brown spots when you cut. I'm like, okay. But I said, well, last time I cut it on a 4. And I'm like, I can raise it up another notch, only one more notch. I can cut it on a 5. But if I raise it up anymore, it's going to be like I'm not cutting anything. So anyway, so I keep it on a 4. When I come in, I cut it the next time. So every other Friday, I go on a mow this lawn. And what I want to say is that I was going along, and then the customer says, "Counseled on me." I get this email where a customer has counseled the service. Oh, I don't want you to cut it this time. I'm like, okay. So then it grows up, and it's got this weedy area in it and grows up. When the customer scheduled for service again for me to come, I'm like, okay. So I go and I mow it this time. Customer does it again. Because the grass hasn't actually been growing. Cancel service again. Now, I think this customer done did this like 4 times, if I can recall. So, the customer did it again. I get an email. Well, the customer had booked for service, went onto my website, booked for service for Friday. It's coming Friday. They feel that, it needs to get cut. Okay. So meanwhile, now you put the date on there and the Friday that you wanted me to come. I mean, you set this appointment up. So then I get an email on a Sunday from the customer where they asking, do I have any time that I could come before Friday? And I'm like, I'm already booked up. We got a holiday, and then maybe we're gonna do it on Monday. We're gonna do it, Tuesday. So then I'm like, I got my own thing I'm working on now, and I'm doing it. So I'm put this list together, schedule. So, meanwhile I'm looking. So I get this email. Okay. So then Tuesday come, and I get an email where the customer cancels service again because they said, well, we found somebody that can do our yard today. I'm like, okay. But in the email, sorry. I'm like, huh? Well, I don't understand. You booked, and if you got it mowed Tuesday, okay, that was Tuesday, right? So then you got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 3 days. I mean, you had to have it before those 3 days. It had to be just mowed, because it's not growing anyway. It's hot. But you booked it because this is what you wanted. I mean, you could have booked it for Tuesday, but you wanted Friday, and then you wanted to change it up. I was like, I don't know, guys. Sometimes the stuff I deal with, I mean, I don't know. And I was like, oh, man. And the stuff I go through trying to accommodate customers, I just let them be. I mean, if you want to, cancel the service, cancel the service. But then, this flip-flop, I get tired of it. And then finally I just said, well, you know what? I don't even service that area anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. Because, once you set up service and you want to have a continuous base, I mean, I can't just be flip-flopping. I'm way over here, and then you book, and then you want me to come back over here. I'm working across town now. I try to keep it in a route where I'm taking care of X amount of lungs on my route within. Not I'm way over here, and then you call me. I don't know. Guys, I mean, and it's hard. So sometimes what I do, I have to go in there and reset up on my website for times that I'm going to be available. I'm like, man, I had to just change it because I was like, this is just crazy. And I never know. I leave some open space for some free customers, but then normally I have my regular customers, my regular weekly customers gonna come first. And I'll push all these others back. I have to get the weeklies done first. The weeklies and then the bi-weeklies. I know when they're coming up because that's consistent. They're not making any changes. This is what they wanted. It can't be where you just, I think I want my yard cut. And it's done, grew all up. Now you want it done today, and it don't work that way. It's just, oh God. Because I got a lot of other stuff planned for that day. You wake up with your whole list for the week and what you're gonna do and where you're gonna go. These are your plans. And then somebody else wake up and they're like, they decided, I want to get my yard mowed today. Can you do? No, you have to get someone else. No, I mean, if there's some free time within my schedule, I will try to get over there and take care of your lawn, but no. Then I'll get some where, I don't know, they go off, I don't hear from them, and they go get someone else, and then they don't they don't get all the service that I was giving them. Sometimes I do some extra stuff for them, clean it up and take my time. Others, they get in there and they run through it, and that's it. And, I'm like, and they go. But then they'll try to get me to, to come back. And I was like, well, I just felt like, hey, you wasn't happy with the service that I was giving, so you got someone else. Well, no, it wasn't that. It's just the price. I'm like, okay. So the price. I say the price includes insurance. Some people working and they don't have any insurance. They go on these properties, and if something happens, then they're not covered, and that can be a scary situation. But and the customers, a lot of them don't know. I said, no, you got to have general liability insurance for working on a property. This is if you're working as commercial service where you come out and give a service, and you have to have insurance, because if something gets damaged on the property, you want it taken care of. And that's where you have to include all of that in your rate. Now, you may go and pay somebody the same price you paying me, and they don't have no insurance. And as soon as something happens, then hey, that's between you and them. Y'all have to work it out. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure it get fixed. I'm like, if a window gets broken, and when you go on there, you just never know when something may happen. You're not looking for anything to happen. You want to be cautious and safe as possible when you show up, and that's the main thing. Safety. You watch out for cars. You watch out for stuff that may be an obstacle that may cause some damage. So you eyeball everything, so to make sure that when you're using this equipment. And in some areas, I've been on properties where they said, well, hey, you're not gonna trim over there where those rocks? I said, ma'am, no, there's too many rocks. I say that thing can catch a rock and sling it and break a window in the house or the car. I say, only thing that I can do, or I can recommend, some weed and grass killer. I say, now, you can, if you have a trimmer, you can trim that. Therefore, if you was using the tool and you slung a rock into your own window, then that's upon you. Then you're responsible. But I'm gonna work safely, ma'am. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna take that risk. I don't feel comfortable. There's too many rocks over there, so I'm not gonna do that. I mean, no. I said, no, that's And so then I back off from it. If it's some areas in there and I don't feel comfortable with it, no. Or I'll take another tool where that I have like some hedge trimmers or whatever, and I'll do some snip to get some of the grass away that way, much as I can. But if it's real tall and thick, I'm not gonna use it there, because then something may happen. They may accidentally pick up a rock and sling it into a window, and then you got to get the window fixed, and that's more downtime and all of this. You got to write all this up, and then what happened and all this, and be on the phone, and then you got to call. And so the thing is just be safe. I mean, something you don't feel comfortable with, don't do it. Work in a matter that I can do this in a safely manner, and hopefully nothing happened. It's kind of worked that way. That's what I do, y'all, because hey, I've had some incidents where windows and screen doors have gotten broken and all. Got it fixed for the customer. Those things happen, but you just gotta pay attention and be cautious, and don't get in a rush, and just take your time when you're out there. And because accident, it costs you a lot of money. Oh, you talking about making no money? Sure enough, not now with the way the gas prices. Oh no! So you definitely got to be very cautious. So when y'all working, and that's the thing, when you have someone with you, or a helper or something, you have to be cautious. So I'm just sharing some of these things of what to be safe with when you're working on a property and all. Now, other things that come with it was customers. What was the customer did? Oh, I get this call and I go out and I look at this property, and this lady asked me, what form of payment do I accept? And I was like, well, cash, credit cards, or check, a good check now, a good one, not that scribbly check, the check that won't cash because it can't make out what the numbers are on it. No, a good check, the one that's well written and got everything documented on there, and that is gonna well, cash, you know, not them basketball chicks that they run up and down the court and whoosh, try to put in a hoop and it never goes in. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, them rubber checks. The one that you try to cash and you don't receive. You know, that kind. Done had some of them too. I tell you. But it's just all kinds of scenarios and situations that you get caught in dealing with customers out in lawn care. I mean, I done deal with all kinds of stuff, situations and all. I've had, oh man, over the years, it's, wow. When I think about it, it was like trying to stay out of trouble. You said these customers like, Curtis, now you stay out of trouble. I was trying to stay out of trouble. But, you know, kind of trouble I was getting into was women were flirting with me and would, I don't know, would, how would that go? Oh, they want me to mow the yard. That was fine. But then they would always say, well, Curtis, you know, sometimes when it's, you done finished up mowing, you could come on in and have a drink with me. And no, I don't drink. I ain't finna start now. but then you mowing the yards and they still waiting for you to come have that drink. Then next thing you know, I done got fired because I would come in and have a drink with them. I don't drink. Well, man, no. It's crazy. No. I was like, oh no, I'm just mowing this yard, get away from here. No. Just want to mow the yard. I want to get away. And I mean, it was like, woo, some doozies, y'all. I was like, woo wee. And sometimes they'd be like, you like some water? No, I got some right in my cooler, some good cold water in my cooler. I don't want no water. No thank you. All kinds of stuff you go with. I think about it. It was wild, y'all. I mean, it's been wild. But no, I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. But some wild stuff going on from you know, lawn care season to lawn care season. I mean, oh wow. And I've when I think about it, I have traveled, you know, just within the surrounding area around in Houston. It's surrounding is so large. It's so many places. It's places here that I didn't even know existed, you know, until I started doing this lawn care and traveling, and I'm looking and I'm like, you where? And I was like, what's this address and where is this located? And I was like, wow, I didn't know. So, I mean, just traveling and doing lawns and what it is like some of this stuff would just be a one time. And I was like, okay, I would travel just because I wanted to explore and see what else was out there versus just staying in one area. And I would go over and do that sometimes. And next thing I know, I would end up sometimes picking up like 3 or 4 yards, and I wasn't trying to do that. And I had to tell customers, I said, this is just a one-time thing. I'm not trying to get any lawns over on this here side of town because of it's too far from where I live. You know, I'm not gonna be traveling way over here in the traffic at all. No, because at certain times, I mean, if you go too far out, then it's gonna rush hour. You can't get back in time. And what I'm saying is the traffic. So if you have X amount of yards to do, you'll get caught in traffic and you won't get to do those yards because of the traffic. I mean, you're out of range. What I want to say. But I got to travel uptown, downtown, all around, and got to see a lot of stuff. And that's been very educational for me out in this lawn care. Just going places and seeing stuff that's totally different. And I think that if I had not been in a lawn care, these are places that I wouldn't know existed. I probably never would have even bothered to even try to find out what's out there. I wouldn't, but by this lawn care and people shopping for lawn service, got me to the point where I would go out and explore and see what else is out there. I mean, guys, I was getting calls from like medical centers. Let me see. It was a medical center, car dealerships, mechanic shops, grocery stores, service stations, you name it. I was getting calls and I was going out looking at all different types of this lawn care stuff have got me traveling to parks. Yeah, I mean, got a call for a bid for a park, a big old park, and I got a call for the post office, and I done one job for a post office. Then that led into another job, which I could have got the contract for the whole facility to mow this post office area in this little small town. And I was like, wow. And let me see. Yeah, I get calls. Well, I've shared a lot of videos of some of the places that I've called. Well, I got calls and I called them back. And some of them I was like, nah, that's too far. I don't want to go. I don't want to do that. And well, it happens every lawn care season. People are shopping, and you have to be very careful on them because some of that stuff you can not make out. It's too far. It's not going to be enough money because you're going to burn up more than what you're going to make with distance travel. And that's the thing. Distance travel, your time versus where you're going. It can be a large property and they got this property up for a bid for a contract and you may not make out. Some of them serious, some of that stuff, no. And it costs you more than you're gonna actually make. You know, you sit down and put the pen to it and you think about, okay, I gotta add this up, gotta add that up. And when you add it all up, you're like, whoa, there's not a lot of money in it. Yeah, I've had, big old apartment complexes. And it was one, I could have gotten a contract for it. And I said, no, I don't want this. I could have expanded and made it really large, but it was just more headaches. And that's why I kept my stuff small, low, because it's just too many headaches, you know. I never was looking to grow it real big. You know, we're having a lot of trucks and a lot of employees and all of this and that. No. I mean, I'm fine being solo and small. It alleviates a lot of headaches. Trust me. I know what it's like to have all of that, and you can make more money, but you can also get more headaches. A lot more headaches. There's a lot of stuff you got to worry about. I mean, especially, you know, when you got somebody working for you, that's a worry, a concern that this person is healthy and stable and, you know, as I want to say, a good spirit-minded person. You know, they might get mad at you. You don't know. They might want to jump on you. Anything. They may get mad because they want more money than what you can pay for doing the job. You know, you have a budget and you budget yay dollar, and hey, that's as far as it's gonna go. But it's just all kinds of situations you got to be dealing with. But hopefully, you don't have to deal with that stuff. You work solo, do as much as you want, work like you want. If you don't, just have an outline of how much work you want to work, and then just go from there. And just have fun, enjoy what you're doing. That's kind of what I do, y'all. Just try to enjoy myself and take it easy and not, as I said, overwork myself. Now I'll work a lot, but now when enough's enough, then you back off of it and get some rest. But anyway, guys, hey, I'm just sharing some of my stuff. It's so much I do and so many places I go. It's a lot, and I try to share a lot of it in my videos there with y'all guys. And like I always say, I appreciate y'all for checking them out, and I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna keep on trying to put some videos together, my little journey out here, and hopefully it'll be good, and hopefully I'll be able to finish out this lawn care season. I don't know. Like I say, we're in a drought, so if the grass may stop growing, I may not be doing that. And I've been through this. When did I go through it? I think I went through. It was back in 2011, somewhere. If I remember, it was a drought, and I was only mowing 1 yard a month because there wasn't no grass growing. And the only reason I was mowing that yard was because that customer was watering. Nobody else was watering. And that's the scary part. Because, man, it was rough that time. It was very rough. I remember. Ooh, yeah. But I made it through it, though. And I mean, for the whole lawn care season, I didn't mow a lot of yard. Like I said, I was mowing 1 yard out the month. And the rest of the stuff, it wasn't growing. It was just dust. Grass was just dying. It was awful. But I survived. And then things got better. It was better the next year. Everything picked up and all. Yep. But anyway, guys, let me get out of here. I'm just giving you some. I got some more stuff I'll share with y'all on some more lawn care stories and stuff that has happened to me while I was out here taking care of lawns and all. And oh man, it's a journey. It's a big journey. But I'm gonna go. Hope y'all are doing well, and y'all stay cool out there. Like I say, if you're out there working in that heat, take a break, stay hydrated, drink plenty of water, and don't let that heat get to you. Stay cool, get out of it, because it ain't nothing to play with. It can be very dangerous. It can hurt you. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna close this video out, and I'm gonna get ready for my journey for the next day. All right, y'all take care. Bye.